So that was actually that was gonna be my next question. How do we as men, with all the things that we talked about, like the examples you gave earlier, like if you're a dad, and I actually when you said that, I had to think. I actually caught myself saying that to my son. Like, oh, quit crying, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Or your mom,
Man up.
man up. Like with all these different like macho, manly type things, like how do we, I guess, overcome that? Like what? How do we get this conversation going and not feel awkward?
It starts with ourselves first thing. What you said from from an example that I gave, which is a real life example.
Yeah.
You said, "Damn, I caught myself. I say that to my son sometimes, or I've said that to my son at times." Now it's up to you to break that cycle.
Yeah.
Now, if your son falls, scrapes his leg, scrapes his knee, or his elbow, and he comes crying to you, it's okay, son. You all right? It's gonna hurt for a little while. If you're gonna cry, it's okay. When the pain's over, you're good. So now, when if by chance your son has a son, instead of him saying, or if your son has a son and his son scrapes his knees, man up, stop crying like a little girl.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell his son, hey, it's okay, you're all right. You're gonna cry about it, it's okay. You cry it out, it's gonna hurt for a little while, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's just changing the cycle. If your pop said it to you, now you say it to your son, and then if you keep saying it, he's gonna say it to his son if he has you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it starts with us.
Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way. Like I used to say it to my son, but I learned these things, and now I'm like, damn, man, I kind of messed up.
I had an interesting exchange with my grandson Wednesday. It was our day. He was looking for more time with me because I'm a busy guy, but just like this show, you guys, my sister, the day I get too busy for my people, I'm done. So I didn't want to do that with my grandson. So I took him out, and we were going down American Legion Highway, and I said, you see those buildings right there? That's where Papa grew up. That's Franklin Hill Projects. He's like, oh. I said, you see that building right there? That's the community center where I played baseball and played basketball and stayed off the street and stayed out of fights. He said, yeah, I don't like fighting either. And I supported him in being okay that, like, no, fighting ain't cool. When a lot of the messages we got was fighting was the first thing you did.
Yeah.
Learn how to throw hands.
Yep.
And I
Facts.
think we all know the answer to this one. And if you get your ass whooped and you come in this house crying, you going back out there. And then I'm going to tap you up. And like it was, I actually got emotional, man, because the message had changed because those messages changed for me. That's how we make changes in the future, man. We gotta take all that we went through, all that we learned that wasn't right, get rid of it.
Yeah.
All that we learned that is right, hold on to it, nurture it, pass it on. And what's beautiful is in turn, man, in time, he'll pass it on. And maybe, we can even get to a point where some of these guns will be off the street.
That's
But I
real.
think that's another show.
But that's I like where you was going with that.
That's deep, and I wish. No, seriously, I wish that it could happen like that. But not being from, but coming from where I came from, you want to know why it won't happen and not happen anytime soon?
I have
Because-
several reasons and thoughts around that.
No, I mean, but I'm giving it to you firsthand.
Give it to me.
I'm giving it to you firsthand off of experience and seeing it for myself. Like you said, you grew up Franklin Hill.
Yeah.
Now I've been with Cash from Franklin Hill. I've been with Cash from OP, Mission Hill, all the projects, all the streets you can possibly name, right? Now, we got all of these streets that got beefing with and drawn with each other, right? Now we got the generation a little after us and before us still carrying on them same beefs. right?
Yeah.
But don't know what the whole beef is over.
They just doing it because
Because that's what's known.
Yeah.
But then you have those older cats that are from all of these places that some of them, I'll say some of them, they come home that have the opportunity to come home
Say that.
and keep it going. Instead of schooling the younger cats, they keep it going. But they don't tell, these younger cats still don't know what the beef is over. They just know, oh, P got beef with Mission.
yeah.
The Villa got beef with whoever and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know what they beefing over.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why it'll never stop.
That's a form of PSTD right
It's
there.
gonna take one of these older cats who have the opportunity to come home, because a lot of them don't. A lot of them are in there until the man calls them.
Yeah.
I mean, but even deeper than that, you know what I mean? It starts at home too, you know? Before we had like grandparents up under each other, like passing down wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like, yo, my boy down the street went through blah, blah, blah. It was like these people in my household went through that, so now they could teach me how to go through the rest, you know? The whole neighborhood used to watch out for the kids on the block. You can't do that now, you know what I mean? If I try to, you know, correct a child's behavior nowadays, I might have to argue, fuss, and fight with the mom. You know what I'm saying? She
For
feels
real,
some type
for
of way.
real.
We don't have no sense of village. We don't have no sense of community. All we know how to do is judge each other and toss each other to the side. And that's the same thing that happens when young men go to jail, is that they're in that place being judged the entire time. There's no type of therapy happening. So when they hit these streets again, they're traumatized from their household, traumatized from jail, traumatized from the hood. Then they get back out and start to re-traumatize everyone else, because they're doing nothing but giving what they have been given. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a vital link here to all those social ills, especially in the communities of color, in the hood. And that is, you wanna address the drugs, you wanna address the guns, you wanna address the violence, address the racial disparities, the redirection of funds and resources. Why is it we pay equal taxes, but we don't get equal services?
Oh, we don't pay equal taxes.
And
Nah.
then,
Wow.
and then, the cornerstone, common denominator, is poverty. Costs are here,
Yes.
paychecks here.
Yeah.
That's if you haven't been labeled out of the workforce. See, when they knock you off with those felonies, you'd be lucky if you could get any kind of job. And that's how the game is played, because guess what? They've got to find a labor force somewhere.
That's real.
And they're not going to Wellesley to get it.
That's real. Yeah.
Damn.
They capitalize off the struggle. You know, they capitalize off of the struggle. Absolutely.
That's kind of like, you know, maybe I might be, and people out there, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, correct me if I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? But that's almost kind of like what's happening, or what's happening in Puerto Rico. You got this devastating natural disaster that happened, completely takes out the electrical grid. I mean, they weren't, you know, and not trying to disrespect Puerto Rico or anything like that, but they were, you know, they didn't have as much resources as we do. So
Right.
when the hurricane came, it basically almost took them off the map.
But let me ask
Well,
you a
hold on,
question.
wait, well, hold on.
What
But
do
then
you think
got-
that did to their mental health? To tie it all in to tonight's topic.
Because I was about to, I was about to
That's
go.
deep. Yeah.
What
that's-
do you think happened
Yeah.
to folks? We'll keep it on the males, because tonight's show is about men's mental health and other health issues. What do you think happened in the aftermath of that natural disaster, which could have gotten a lot of response and did?
Yeah.
It probably messed them up. And then having somebody come down there
And shoot.
And
shoot
where's
with
all
paper towels.
where's all that aggression going.
Pain.
Makes you docile.
Because if you don't expel that negative energy from the body,
Yeah.
it's going to show itself somewhere.
It has to manifest.
This human body right here, and this is where Sister Yoga comes in, this human body right here only holds so much volume.
Right.
One of the first things we learn how to do, men and women, is stuff our feelings.
That's true.
But this human body can only hold so much volume.
Yeah.
And what happens when you run out of room?
Yeah. We call that building a window of tolerance. Building a window of tolerance, like seeing yourself as like this bucket, and like all of these things are coming at you. What happens when that bucket overflows? Everything starts to pour out. So again, like you were saying, yoga helps you to build that window of tolerance by that release, because that's real.
People
That's
get
real.
wet.
Yeah.
And
I'm
in
about
our
to I'm about to
community-
get in a downward facing dog right now.
It'll do you some good.
And in our community, we talk about acting out on that aggression, and we literally say somebody's about to get wet up.
Yeah.
I'm about to get wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think, listen, hear what's being said. And it's sad because one goes to the cemetery and one goes to the penitentiary, as my uncle used to tell me.
Yeah.
He said, you can get out of the penitentiary, but you can't get out that cemetery.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't like either one of those choices. That's why, most gracious God came in and changed my life and said, I'm only giving this to you to give back to people. And I'm not confused about that.
Yeah.
Yes, we gotta do our healthy stuff for our spirit. We gotta eat right. And then we gotta live right.
Yeah.
But before you can get to the living right, you gotta change that thinking, man.
Exactly.
If you still running off the same old program, you're gonna end up in the same old destinations.
Yeah. That's all right.
I'm looking for some new stops. I see some new things, some new people, some new experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you too. You too. Hope you have some new experiences and new destinations. There's a big world out there. Go see it.
And again, it's okay to have these conversations. Me and Dave and these guests that we have and our past guests, we just want to get the ball rolling. We're trying to show you that we can have these conversations. We can talk about mental health that affects men and mental health that affects women and how we can overcome that. It's okay to have these conversations. I don't feel
It's important.
less of a man or demasculinated? I can't say the word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I don't feel anything less.
Emasculated.
Yeah, honestly, like me personally, like right now, while these three were talking, like I was just having like revelations, and I'm being
Light bulb.
dead ass. Excuse my language,
It's
but
important though.
but
because
like no, I'm just like wow.
Yeah.
I might need to go be talking to somebody about it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
A couple things like I
And
need
yeah.
to work things out, like.
And society has us like to a point where like we have so many other things thrown in our face on a day-to-day basis that we don't even have time to sit with ourselves and process the things that we go through on a daily basis. So if you think about it, like we're running to these 9-to-5 jobs every single day to pay these high rents and bills and all these other different things. We're trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know what I mean? We're trying to stay up the par. We want to be watching all this drama. All the news is about, all types of trauma or whatever. But we never have that moment where we're actually dealing with ourselves and dealing with our own issues. And that's really important that we also know that, because I think a lot of people in the spiritual community like strive for perfection. And I feel like the most perfect thing that a person can be is imperfect. But to be aware of that imperfection and to continuously work towards it being okay. Because a lot of the times we don't talk about our mental health because we feel like it's embarrassing. It's something that, we feel shameful about. We don't want nobody to know our demons. We don't want nobody looking in our closet. But we also don't understand that that's the very thing that's killing us, is that we don't know how to talk about things and get stuff off our chest. We don't have that emotional intelligence, you know what I mean? And we hold things in until it turns into rage. You know what I mean? So when you see
Damn.
that young kid out here shooting and killing, they were crying out for help a long time before they shot that gun and killed anybody. You know what I mean? And it's really important for boys because there's a lot on men's shoulders. It's already hard as a man to express your feelings. But as black boys, you don't just have like your community to answer to. You know what I mean? You have the other outside forces, you know, that are against our black men. And I think it's really important that we focus and talk about men because I feel like women don't understand that. Women don't understand that sometimes men are acting out a rage or an emotion that they couldn't express. You know what I mean? Or that they didn't have words
I can
to
relate
express.
to that. I've been
So
gotten
we're
it.
not open enough to be that nurturing figure in a man's life because we're also traumatized and we don't know it, you know?
And women, black women in particular, are responding oftentimes from a place of their maternal place,
Yes. Yeah.
right? And then also from a fear-based posture. I'm afraid for you
Absolutely.
simply because you're male and you're black.
Yeah.
Damn.
How do you let
Yeah.
your child leave the house with that?
Yeah.
But then you have to let him go. Pray over him. Teach him the ways of the world and what's happening out there. And just look for the day, look for the time when he walks back through the door and he's safe. And don't startle him,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You know, but say, it's good to see you. Glad you made it home.
Right?
You didn't go up Humboldt, did you? Hey, this is our experience. It's definitely my experience, and we just want to create a platform so that our young brothers and sisters can have a different experience. There's a lot of beauty in the hood, but there's some ugly stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Some of it's preventable. Some of it is just life happening.
Some of it is ancestral.
But the stuff that we can do something about, shouldn't we be doing something about it?
You're right. You're right.
Those of us who have survived to tell the tales, you didn't survive just so you could
Boast.
look good and,
Exactly.
you know, show your colors or your stripes or whatever it is out there. That's never been my story, but I'm just grateful to be able to try to make a difference. And if I could help one young man spare himself of that pitfall out there, and that's just putting it nicely, then I think if we all reach a few,
Yes.
We can reach many.
sister's gonna be working with the yoga thing,
Yeah.
eating healthy. We're gonna be working with men getting in touch with their feelings, starting when they're young men, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And
Self-care.
big boys do cry.
Yes. Yes. Say that again.
Yes, big boys
Cry
do
on
cry.
the shoulder.
I cried when my grandfather passed away. Loved him. You know what I'm saying? It meant a lot. So.
I mean,
real.
I'm just,
sometimes,
Oh, they was getting emotional. They was getting emotional.
sometimes
They
it
was
gets bigger
going
than
there.
that, though. Sometimes it gets bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've had my moments where it felt like the weight of everything was on my shoulders. And it's just like, I was down here. Like, my head wasn't completely to the ground, but it's like, come on, I need some strength just to lift it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna front. There ain't no shame in it, man. It's been plenty of nights, man. I just be in a room, just by myself, lights off, just laying in the bed, man. A couple tears will trickle down,
Yeah.
or even just riding in a car, like
Yeah.
just a flashback of
man,
everything,
oh,
man.
man,
Just
that's
come back
messed
to
up.
me, like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing too that I think is really good for mental health, especially for men, is getting back to Mother Nature. You know what I mean? Learning how to reconnect with the land again. So I work on a farm, and a lot of the guys there, we've been working together for about 3 months now, maybe.
Okay.
And you know, everybody is, you know, in a transformative stage, and like we can't help but to feel like it's the farm. You know what I mean? It's the dirt. It's growing your food and knowing that you're self-sustainable. You
Yep.
know, it's taking those walks and being in nature, being with the trees, having that oxygen, having, that connection with the animals, the water. So, that was just another tidbit I wanted to add.
No.
Oh, it's
I'm
healthy
with that.
stuff. That's
I'm with that.
good for the mental too.
Mhm. Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. And it's
But we always forget about taking care of ourselves. And then we get upset because we putting out so much of ourselves and we not getting it back. And, it's our fault. It's our fault. It's
I'm
the
guilty.
overextension
I'm
of
guilty.
self.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Yeah.
You guilty.
I do it.
$45 massage, you need one.
Yeah, that's tough.
I
That's
just
tough.
had one.
So,
Hot stones. I'm
Oh,
good.
I'm with
There
the,
So-
I like the hot
go.
stone.
so
That's
this
why his
is-
shoulders ain't up here next to his ears.
so,
Chilling.
so
Oh, you got to
this is my
relax.
dilemma. This is my dilemma. $45 massage, $45 in gas. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not
We
yet.
gonna get there.
We gonna get there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to save all my bottles and cans, and I hope he takes nickels.
Okay, we have another comic in the house. That's all right. That's
So real
all
quick,
right.
for everybody in YouTube, because I don't think they got a chance to hear you. Plug the gentleman one more time. What
word.
he does and his phone numbers.
Okay, all right. So my brother Dooley, who is located in the Boston area, he is near Brigham and Women's Hospital. He offers $45 per hour healing sessions. With this healing session includes a massage. His massages are sports massage, deep tissue, prenatal, Swedish, reflexology, and cannabis. The cannabis massages are $20 extra. A cannabis massage is just a massage with CBD oils added onto that to add to the extra relaxation and relief of pain or pressure. He also does sound therapy, Reiki, energy healing. His number is 617-386-9502 or 617-202-8710. Holla at your boy.
There it is.
Yes,
There it is.
yes, yes.
Support Black.
Where can they reach you at? Do you have any?
You could reach me at 857-762-9790. That is my personal cell phone number.
Oh well, we ain't gonna put that up. I was just gonna thought
Too
you give
late.
me an email
It's all good.
address. It's
It's all
out there
good.
now, but
It's out there.
I thought.
Holla at your girl.
I mean,
There it is.
Yeah, man. I know. I'm real serious, man, about this 360 change, man. I gotta
High five.
do it.
We're gonna
I gotta
we're
do
gonna
it.
hold you
I
to
gotta
it.
do it.
Hey,
I
I
gotta
mean,
do it.
you
Check
back
on
in
me
school,
with my
so
water.
I only see greatness coming out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not that I forgot, but yeah, this coming Tuesday.
Well, you know, hey,
It's
when
coming
the
to-
doctor
is it
hollers
Tuesday?
at you,
The 4th?
you gotta
Tuesday.
listen up.
Yeah.
This coming Tuesday.
Yeah.
I am a member of Mass Bay Community College.
That's right. He didn't know
Going
this.
I
web
didn't know
design.
that,
He's
man.
going.
I got you.
Web design.
I got you, man. Good stuff. Woo, that's
Yeah.
education can never be the end all of everything, right?
Yeah.
But it is a damn good place to start.
Mhm.
Okay? Take that, put it on top of what you already possess, and go ahead and elevate, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Is there anything that,
I-
where can people reach you at?
If you like,
If they wanted to, if they have a
mental
family.
health services, support, a lot of resources I'm in touch with. You can reach me at my email, which is my name, Tavis Carter Works, WORKS, at yahoo.com. That's TAVISCARTER Works, WORKS, at yahoo.com.
It is.
And I want to thank you for tuning in. And good mental health to you.
and I also wanted to say if there's any women in the Boston area who need interview clothes to wear to a networking event, if you need clothes to go look for a job, please email me at euni.2016@gmail.com. And I will send out a referral for you so I can help you get those clothes. I have a partnership with Dress for Success Boston, and we are all about helping women get what they need. So, ladies, if you out there and you need that resource, men as well, I could find a way to get you clothes, bro. Hit me up, uni.2016@gmail.com.
There it is, brother.
Do
brother
they do
Oreos.
referrals for like church clothes?
I mean,
Oh.
if the spirit needs
Su-
it.
Sunday
Yeah.
suit or something. I'm gonna just keep it brief. You know, it was great touching down on this subject, on this
Nah.
topic. This was something that needed to be addressed. I'm thankful for all the guests that have came through. Mr. Carter, hey Mr. Carter.
That's me. That's me. That's me.
Ms. Devon Johnson.
Marta Shea.
Marta Shea.
Marta Shea Telsuma.
And I'm gonna need y'all to say my name right.
Devan, I'm sorry.
It's Devan or
Devan.
Divine.
Divine.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you.
oh.
Thank y'all.
I'm not even gonna.
She gave me that. Hold on, she gave me that black woman eye with the neck. It made me jump a little bit. Then I had to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't see it. Y'all didn't see her eyes because
No, I
she's.
had to cut him with the eye.
Yo, she got me. I'm sorry.
Put the evil eye on him.
Nah, but you know,
You going back?
You know, I think thankful for all the guests that came through to shed some light to help us out in this ordeal. Because again, we are not. Well, I'm not a professional. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to have that. You know, the outtake on it. You know what I'm saying? I just had opinions and thoughts.
Yeah.
And it was good to have people that actually shed more light on my opinions and thoughts.
Right?
Good stuff.
Yes.
You know, and again, I can't say it enough. Thank you for all the guests. Again, I'm gonna shout out our event coming up September the 8th, House of Blues Foundation Room from 7 to 11. We have a lot of great guests, a lot of great acts. Come through, Boston, stand up, show some love.
There it is.
There it is.
Hey, everything he said times two. Thank you for all the guests for coming. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you, Mr. Carter. Thank you, Miss Johnson.
Carter.
It's going
Oh, I'm
down.
sorry. Peace.
You know what I'm saying? Again, next Saturday, that's September 8th, the House of Blues Foundation Room. This is Lukey Podcast presents Artist Pop-Up Gallery
Yeah.
Part 2.
Ooh.
Part 2. You know what I'm saying? Come down there and support your local talent. It's going to be a phenomenal show. You're going to have some great hosts. That guy right there is going down. You're going to have some funny jokes from that guy right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything. I'm going to just be in the building. This guy
He's gonna
right
be
here,
hosting too. I'm not gonna do it all. I said I'm
he
gonna
gonna be
help him.
hosting. I'm going to be in the building.
Wait, before
What?
we leave, can I plug some more things real quick?
She got some
Y'all
more
know,
things.
y'all know I gotta put the people on to
Plugs.
the people.
Plugs.
All right, y'all. So as y'all can see,
I'm
we
trying
back
to
here
pick
by
up dinner.
UCB. My bad. He trying to pick up dinner, but I gotta plug people real quick. So UCB,
Man, I
y'all.
should-
If y'all don't know about UCB will get you some capital if you join and you come to community events. So if you go to, matter of fact, if you go to class, if you bring your neighbor dinner, if you do anything with the community and you are a member of UCB, you get points, and those points get you gift cards in the mail. So visit ucb.org so you can see their events that they have up, y'all. All
Get
right, I'm
them
done. I ain't
points.
saying nothing else.
Get them points. Help
Yeah.
your community out. Follow the example. I love y'all. YouTube, I love y'all.
I gotta say this before we go. One last thing. I know you're trying to go get dinner.
I'm sorry.
But she's throwing up the peace sign and she's throwing up two fingers together. You cannot bring peace apart. You can only
Exactly.
bring it in together.
Together.
Mm.
There it is.
And we
Time
out.
to
We out.
forever.
Hey,
Whoa.
YouTube, we out. Ah.